Peace and power, divine family. It's the Prophet Emoji here, bringing you another divine light message. Today, I just wanted to address a topic that's very sensitive. It's getting a lot of discussion. Things talked about around it. It's the topic of Master Teacher NatureBoy and Carbonation and Mama Dia's situation. Now, I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna be a little bit more blunt when I speak because I want to get this in. I don't want to lose you. Now, this is a very sensitive topic, very sensitive subject for some people. People who understand this kind of stuff. And we must address a few facts because that's what we're going to get into. The facts, okay? The pure, cold, hard facts. We're not going to talk about all the what he said, she said, what could have happened. We're just going to address straight facts, okay? So let's do that first, all right? And then we'll discuss later. Number one. It is wrong for you to blame Master Teacher NatureBoy, and yes, I say Master Teacher as a grown man here, addressing him as Master Teacher because that's out of respect. If that's what the man say his name is, and that's what he wants to be called by, then that's what I'm going to call him by. If you ask me to call you by any other thing, I'm going to call you by that. I don't care about no credential. I don't use a European mindset to deem someone qualified with a European education behind it. I don't need all that. I'm going to address a person the way they ask to be addressed. Okay? That's just how I see it. That's how it is. And that's how you should respect it. So, again, when the Master Teacher NatureBoy was dealing with Mama Dia, the transitioning of Mama Dia, some of you were so quick to come out. And I'm talking about 4 days after the transition of Mama Dia, when you really found out, when we found out. The time you found out, we found out. And you came out and rushed Master Teacher and Carbonation to come out and speak on the death and the passing, the transitioning of Mama Dia. Number one, you cannot expect someone to come out and give you any kind of information when they are going through a grieving process. When celebrities die, they always ask for a moment. They say, we accept your prayers, but allow us to have a moment to grieve. Please respect our privacy and let us grieve. Families ask for that all the time. All of a sudden, something happened in Carbonation because you already got a vendetta against Carbonation, a bias against them. Something happens in Carbonation, and you are already talking about why they ain't coming out talking about it. Well, number one, respect their privacy. Number two, let them grieve. Number three, it ain't your motherfucking business, homie. It ain't your motherfucking business. Point blank, period. It ain't your business to know what's going on with Carbonation. It ain't your business for them. It ain't no one's business for them to even come out and talk about Mama Dia's transitioning, even being in the public eye like they are. They don't have to come out. But because they do it out of respect to those who follow and watch them and enjoy watching them, we're going to notice when someone is missing from the camp. And when someone is missing from the camp, we're going to be like, yo, where's Mama Dia at? So they have to address it. They addressed it because they had to address it, but they don't have to address it. They addressed it because out of respect for us who watch and follow and love all of the members of Carbonation. I don't care about your beliefs and your biased opinions about Carbonation and what you think it is. I'm talking about facts right now. And the fact is that you ain't there. No one is there to be able to determine what conversation Mama Dia had with Master Teacher NatureBoy and why she must have got off of her meds. You don't know that. You don't know those conversations. You can say her family said what the fuck ever, but guess what? It's secondhand information. You can get whatever you want from her family. It's still secondhand information. Why? Because you're not getting it straight from Mama Dia. And if you're not getting it from Mama Dia, if Mama Dia ain't telling you, it don't fucking matter. If Mama Dia ain't telling you what her decision was to move to the tropics, it don't fucking matter. Regardless of what her family says. It's secondhand information. It's secondhand information. So you are so quick to judge Master Teacher NatureBoy and the fact that he didn't come out quick enough to address Mama Dia. They need time to grieve. Have you ever lost someone the moment you were sleeping right next to them and then you wake up and all of a sudden they're gone? I have. I lost a son at 4 months old. And my son, when he transitioned, it was a shock to me because I never ever lost someone that close to me. Well, here you go, combination, having someone that transitioned that they were just playing and conversating with, and right there in their camp, and then they got to wake up the next morning to a lifeless body. Come on, you ain't giving them a fair chance, number one. Number two, to even bury someone, to even from the moment someone passes or transitions to the moment you got to put that body into the ground, that shit takes time, homie. That shit takes time. A lot of time. That shit takes a lot of time. And I ain't talking months time. I'm talking shit weeks time. You understand what I'm saying? Hours. That shit takes hours upon hours. You got to fucking call up the people. You got to call up all the legal people you need to get this shit settled, to get her to the graveyard. You got to call up funeral arrangements. You got to call up her family. They got to call up fucking funeral homes. They got to call up, whatever it may be, a cremator, a person that cremates the body, whatever they decide to do with the body. They have to go through that process. And when I had to do it, that shit took a week just to get from my son passing to getting his body and getting him to the damn funeral home. That shit took at least a week and a half. And then we put him in the ground, setting the date and all that shit, getting the information out, passing out the obituaries and shit so everybody can make it. That's another 4 or 5 days. So from the time of her life transitioning to the time of her going into the ground, that shit takes time. 2 weeks at least. At least. And you ain't giving them enough chance, let alone giving them the chance to even grieve. Secondly, it's not even your business for them to even bring up Mama Dia to you. They don't have to address Mama Dia. They do it out of respect for those of us who like watching them, but they don't have to address Mama Dia, the transition of Mama Dia. And my next point is, Mama Dia's a grown woman. She's an elderly woman. I don't care how wise, how intelligent, how smart Master Teacher NatureBoy think he is, or believes he is, or says he is. It does not matter. That's an elderly woman that I know for a fact, as a grown man standing here today, that man has respect for his elder, for the elder, especially when one is in his presence. There is a mutual, natural respect, especially for a woman elder, for coming from a man. There is a mutual, natural respect coming from a man to a elderly woman. It's just natural. It's like someone's grandma. You're going to respect that. That there is no crossing that line. I don't care how much you think that he's running a cult. I don't care how much you think that he's manipulating people. I don't care how much you think that he's the leader and the teacher over there, because all that may be true in your mind. And you may see it that way in your mind. But you're using just your own biased opinion, and your opinion truly don't even really matter for what you see, because you're not there. You're not in the camp. You understand? And therefore, you're not in the camp to have sat with Mama Dia in carbonation and have those conversations for the reason for why she came. She could have told her family she was leaving, but they ain't have to elaborate on nothing. But yet, you find fault, you find problem with them not addressing it soon enough. Soon as you hear about it, you want them to make a video. What the, NatureBoy already made a video about it. And he addressed that shit is a shock. He addressed that they need that time to grieve. But some of you are still holding on to the energy of Mama Dia and not letting her energy, her spirit flourish. You're pulling Mama Dia into a negative energy cycle. You're ciphering the energy of Mama Dia into your own negative life, and you're not allowing that spirit to flourish. Mama Dia should be flourishing in her next life right now. But you're calling on the spirit of Mama Dia, and all you're doing is bringing Mama Dia's spirit into an energy of negativity. What you're doing, let me tell you, what you're doing is the equivalent of putting Mama Dia through hell. Seriously. When you call on the energy of Mama Dia, and it's not out of praise, and it's not out of, this is why even God said that you ought to praise and worship my name. Because when you call on an energy and you call on it out of a negative tone, or you're calling on Mama Dia's energy negatively, you're calling on Mama Dia's energy, you're pulling Mama Dia into a virtual hell. You're pulling her spirit into a virtual hell that you don't even know about. But you're doing that. And you need to let Mama Dia's spirit flourish. And let her go. Let her flourish. Stop calling on the spirit of Mama Dia if it ain't out of respect and love and good. And some of you are so complacent in your own life. You have no idea of what you do. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And you're calling out Master Teacher NatureBoy, and you're calling out Carbonation, and you're calling out. Listen, you hated Carbonation when Mama Dia was there. All of a sudden, Mama Dia transitioned. You got. Let me try to explain this and figure this out. Hold on, because this just kind of hit me, even though I already kind of processed this. Wait a minute. Let's just break this down real quick. You hate on Carbonation. When Mama Dia was there, you hated on Carbonation. You hated on Carbonation when Mama Dia was alive. All of a sudden, one of the members of Carbonation transitions. You all of a sudden got love for one of the members of Carbonation. How you hate Carbonation but got love for one of the members of Carbonation? How you hate on, because to hate on Master Teacher is to hate on them all. To hate on Master Teacher is to hate on them all. Why? Because they made the decision with their lives to respect and dedicate and commit their lives to Master Teacher NatureBoy. So you ought to respect them too. And you cannot respect them and hate the leader. You cannot respect them and hate the leader. You can't do such. If you hate the leader, you hate them. Because they respect their leader. How you gonna respect them? They don't have respect for you for hating their leader. So you might as well have no respect for the whole Carbonation then. Because they don't have any respect for you for hating their leader. Because they love their leader. They admonish their leader. They admire and look up to their leader. They respect their leader. And you hate the leader, but love all them. And you hate the leader, but some of you even call them minions and call them mindless and call them followers. But yet, when Mama Dia transitions, Mama Dia wasn't a follower. Mama Dia wasn't none of these things you claim they are now. Mama Dia wasn't a minion. Mama Dia wasn't a follower. Mama Dia wasn't a mindless follower. Mama Dia wasn't none of these things. Everybody in Carbonation was mindless, a minion, and a follower except for Mama Dia. All of a sudden, Mama Dia transitions. Mama Dia is the only one that wasn't a minion, that wasn't a follower, that wasn't mindless. But everybody else is. Lord forbid that somebody else transition. You'll be talking good about that member, all to get back at the leader. All to get back at the leader. See how you hate the leader, but love the members. You can't do that because the members love their leader. So if you hate their leader, you hate them, and they hate you. So you might as well lose your respect for them because they respect their leader, and they don't respect anyone who don't respect their leader. So you might as well drop your respect for the members because they're not going to respect you for disrespecting their leader. How in the hell you come up with that? All of a sudden, Mama Dia transitioned, and now all of a sudden you got mad respect for one of the members of Carbonation. When Mama Dia was there, you didn't have any respect for any of them. You didn't have any respect for any of them, the members. You called them all followers and minions and mindless people. Mama Dia transitioned. Now Mama Dia the only one highly regarded and respected in your eyes. Oh, what's up with Mama Dia's death? No, won't you shut the fuck up and leave Mama Dia and her energy alone? Won't you shut the fuck up and go on about your life and go back to the hating that you've been doing when Mama Dia was alive? All of a sudden, you picked up a newfound respect for one of the members because one of them transitioned. How you sound? How you sound? How you sound, homie? How you sound? When all of a sudden, one of the members transitioned, you suddenly got a new respect for one of the members. No, it don't work like that. If you hate the leader, you hate the members. And if you hate the members, you hated Mama Dia as well. You hated Mama Dia as well. Stop trying to justify a reason to pick up a newfound hate for Master Teacher Nature Boy because one of the elders transitioned. Listen, I'm a man myself, grown man. If any elderly woman that comes into my presence, there's an automatic, natural, and a mutual respect for that elder. That's just how it go with life with us, especially in the black man's community, especially in the black community. That's just how it go with us. When we find a elderly woman that comes into our presence, we respect that unless she's a disrespectful woman, but we respect that elder. And let me say this, Mama Dia was fully capable and aware of making her own decisions. You cannot blame Master Teacher for Mama Dia's decisions. Because Mama Dia could have said, fuck you, Nature Boy, go to hell. I'm not getting off my medication. You could say he probably convinced her to take the B6 diet and come off the meds. But you don't know that shit. You just talking. You don't know that shit. You just using your own biased opinion. You don't know a goddamn thing about shit. And you just talking. You just talking. All you doing is bringing subjective information. You're not bringing facts. You're not bringing facts. The fact is, you ain't there. I ain't there. You can't speak on it just as much as I can't speak on it. But what I can speak on is the fact that because me and you are not there, you don't know the conversation she had with them. You can say, oh, her family told me this. Her family told me that. Her family said this. So what her family said? That's secondhand information. What about what the conversation she had with them alone at night when they out there having a joyous time in the waters? No, I am not a member of Carbonation. No, and I respect what Master Teacher is able to do. I respect it. I already did my video on the reason why I respect what he does. Because he's able to get a group of people to be disciplined and in order. You want that. Everybody wants that. Hell, half the jobs you work at ain't even that good at being disciplined and instructed. Shit, some of these 500 CEOs can't even organize like that. And they pay you. They write you a check. And yet they can't even get order and structure in their own damn company. That's fucking, to me, that's not coach shit. And even if it is coach shit, that's something I would look to say, hey man, listen, that's some deep shit. I like that shit. I like what you're doing over there. I like what you're doing with that right there, bro. I can dig that. I can dig that. Get people to dedicate themselves to you and your teaching. Man, come on. Alright, now, you are not letting Mama Dia's spirit rest. Mama Dia made the decision herself to go over there to the tropics and live the rest of her life, the best of her life, off the medications. Because you don't know. Them doctors could have said, listen, you go over there, you're not going to be able to get your medication. Mama Dia could have said, you know what? I'd rather live my shortest life happy off of medications, knowing she probably already knew that being off the meds, she would transition. She probably already knew that and made a conscious decision to still go to the tropics. Them doctors could have said, yo, you know what, Mama Magdalene, listen, you go over there, we can't give you your medicine. We can't give you your medicine. We can't prescribe you prescription. And she probably said, you know what, fuck that medicine. I don't want it no more. I've been taking it for 20 plus years, 30 plus years. I don't want to do it no more. Fuck it. I'm going to the tropics to live the rest of my life, the best of my life, out while I got the time right now. And that was Mama Dia's decision. Master Teacher Nature Boy respects his elders, and I feel that he respected her, regardless of how much he runs Carbonation. I feel he respected her because as a man, we men always respect an elder when she comes into our presence, especially an elder woman when she comes into our presence. I know that there was this respect level for Mama Dia from Master Teacher Nature Boy, regardless of how much he rule and run Carbonation, regardless. I know that as a man, that's what we do. So when you got Mama Dia making a decision herself, that was her decision. Don't blame Master Teacher for that. Blame not blame Carbonation for that. Blame the fucking pharmaceutical companies for that. Blame the pharmaceutical companies. Don't blame Master Teacher and Carbonation for that. Blame the pharmaceutical companies. Why? Because they the ones hooked Mama Dia on them damn drugs in the first place. Got Mama Dia so fucking body so fucking rid with drugs and consumed with the fucking drugs that the body became codependent on the fucking drug. Don't blame Master Teacher for her making the decision to get off the meds. Blame the fucking pharmaceutical companies that's drugging up you and your kids. Vaccinating your kids with all kind of fucking shit, foreign fucking entities you don't know. Blame the pharmaceutical companies. Blame them. Because they're the ones fucking turning your brain into fucking mush. They're the ones fucking making your heart have to be dependent upon them drugs. Mama Dia didn't want to live the rest of her life like that. Who fucking does? Who wants to live the rest of their life on meds? On medication? Blame the pharmaceutical companies. You ain't pointing the finger at them yet. You trying to find fault with Carbonation and Master Teacher Nature Boy, but you ain't found fault with the pharmaceutical. You ain't said, won't you come out with a video talking about how the fucking pharmaceutical companies are killing, especially black people, melanated people. Come out with a video talking about how the pharmaceutical companies are hurting our children with these medications. Won't you do that? Bring out those facts, because that's fact. That's fact. That's public fucking record. Go find that shit. Then come back with your video about what the hell you may think happened. And you can still only think you know. You can only assume. And you know the saying about assuming some shit. You only make an ass out of who? Your damn self. Because when you assume, you don't know shit. You don't know nothing. You ain't there. You ain't in those little quiet moment meetings and times they're talking, having a conversation. You don't know what Mama Dia is sharing with them. They are already taught to leave Babylon and talk to their family through the live streams, through the video downloads. So it's already been said that Mama Dia probably haven't even been in contact with her family, because once they get the carbonation, they are taught to speak to their family through the frequency that I'm speaking to you from. They are taught to speak to their family through the download videos and the live stream information. That's how they're feeding their family. They're not feeding their family, staying with their family. They're like, listen, I've been telling you I want to go. You ain't believing me. I'm going to pack my shit and I'm gone. I'll see your ass when I see you. But until then, I'll let you get this motherfucking download. I'll let you get this information through this live stream. I'll let you get it this way. You can get it this way. And let me say this for some of you who are listening to me right now. If you think that me bringing this information to you in the form and fashion that I'm bringing it to you in, then you don't know me. Okay? You hear me irate, you hear me cussing, and you hear me being very passionate about an issue or topic. And I'm passionate about it because I know how this works when it came to my own son. Some of you lost close members in your family, and you know what it was like. You know what it was like. You know what it was like to have to bury your parent or your mom or your child. Someone close to you. 1 minute they're there with you and you wake up and they're not. You get a phone call, something happened. You just saw the person. That shit is not good for anyone. And it's definitely not good when you don't allow carbonation to rest and grieve the spirit of Mama Dia before y'all gave them a full week to come out with a download about the transition of Mama Dia. That shit ain't right. That shit is wrong to blame melanation, carbonation, and Master Teacher Nature Boy for her transitioning. That's wrong. That's not, none of carbonation and Master Teacher had nothing to do with Mama Dia being an elderly woman and fully capable of making her own decisions. She made the decision to go to the tropics. She made the decision to come off her meds. And if she didn't want to come off her meds, she could have said, fuck you, Master Teacher. I ain't with that shit. I either stay here and do my meds, or I go find me my own place in the tropics and get off my meds over there. You don't know that shit. So don't come with your own opinion and your own biased opinion. Yeah, you got secondhand information. I talked to her family. That's secondhand information. They got a vendetta against Master Teacher Nature Boy. You don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they got a vendetta against Master Teacher. Maybe they do. You don't know. But you'll never know. Because you'll never know because Mama Dia is transitioned. And Mama Dia ain't here to give you that kind of information on what her decision was. And neither can her family. So stop trying to use secondhand information to prove wrong. Okay? Because you ain't proving no facts. You're not proving no facts. Okay? So stop talking about carbonation Master Teacher convinced Mama Dia to get off her meds. Nah. Mama Dia is an elderly woman, capable of grown woman, able to make her own decisions. She could have walked away from carbonation if that was the case. She could have said, no, I don't want carbonation then. I'll go do something else. It's not your right to point out what you think happened. Get the information, get the facts from the people of carbonation. And until that happens, until one of them come out and do a video on the transitioning of Mama Dia, you're not gonna get that kind of information. You're not gonna get the You're not gonna get the knowledge on the decision she made to do that. You're not. So leave Mama Dia spirit alone to rest, because you're keeping her tied to negative energy. That's a virtual hell you keep pulling her energy into when you call on her name out of negativity. You're bringing her to a virtual hell. Let Mama Dia flourish in the new world, because that's where we all trying to go. Alright? I wanted to address the issue with Mama Dia and her transitioning, and I wanted to address the black conscious thought, the thinking of black people when it comes to this kind of stuff. Something's seriously wrong with y'all. Seriously. But anyway, it's a prophet emoji. You can find me at my website, theenlightenedpoet.com. Follow me on Facebook, Conscious Minds. Follow me on Instagram, Conscious Minds. Alright? I'll be looking for you to meet me there. Peace and power. I'm out.